Hi everyone, welcome to a world of Clan Wars with stewiejp. I'm Stewie and this is Crazy Clan up against EMP. Exercises make perfect. IND Rayudu has been kind enough to send me a number of Clan Wars replays, and he sent me, just before I started recording this one, he sent me quite a few more. So we've got some more Clan War action happening on Water Tanks with stewiejp over the next few weeks. And of course in this game, Crazy are on Fishermans Bay, and they've bought a couple of AMX 50Bs, a 113, an IS7, a handful of Batchats, Object 140s, a 907, and 2 artillery pieces. As a 113 and IND Rayudu in his IS7 push towards the middle of the map, probably just trying to, I don't know, maybe trick them into thinking that's where most of the force has gone. If you look on the mini-map, all of those medium tanks, apart from the Batchat, have gone straight up the one line, all the way up towards A1, where you traditionally get a few people camping at the back. IND Rayudu looks for a shot on the Batchat, but doesn't quite get there to land. You can hear the artillery shells going off, but looks like the Object 261 hasn't loaded into the game, but the M53, M55 no doubt is putting some shots into those enemy tanks. Looks like the EMP lads have done a big push into the middle of the map, and they've bought a few T11 OE5s, a couple of IS7s, a 50B, a 113, and of course an Object 140 was last spotted in the town. 1 zip is the score. They've taken out one of the T11 OE5s. IND Rayudu cops a big shell from his counterpart, the IS7, and he's pushed right into these enemy tanks, probably trying to keep them lit. He's copped a heap of damage and gets killed reasonably early with the score on 2 apiece. Those medium tanks pushing right up towards A1 now. The AMX 50B looks like he might be going after the Batchat as we go on to one of the Object 140's points of view in that medium pack. Now a tank did roll over the base, Crazy's base, in that time, so we know these Object 140's have crossed over the flag and are heading towards a 113 back at K2, and these medium tanks are looking to try and snipe out the tanks that are in the middle and maybe even get some damage onto these AMX 50Bs and the Batchat, the autoloaders up here, who are probably on reload right now. But looking at the minimap, looks like they're all starting to head back. They've done the big one-line push. Now they're moving back towards their base. They're down by a tank, 2 to 3. They've lost their AFK Object 261. They've also lost IND Rayudu in his IS7, and that 113 who was down at K1, K2. Looks like he might have got swarmed by those Object 140s. But now all these medium tanks pushing straight back to try and get rid of these 2 Object 140s, who will probably still be alone for another 10 or 20 seconds before those heavy tanks move in to try and assist. 3-4 is the score, but now these medium tanks are going to focus fire those Object 140s, making it an even game again, 5 apiece, before taking on these heavy tanks. It must be a daunting sight when you're in a medium tank going after these heavies. Why no one's shot that 113 yet? Finally, due date, his Object 140 picks up the kill on that 113 who was low health, and then they're focus firing down these IS7s. One of the IS7s on 1,000 hit points. T11 OE5's back a bit, puts a shot into the Object 140, but when the score's on 9 to 5, they're all just going to swarm this American heavy tank now, like their life depends on it, because it does. Once they get rid of him, they can start trying to pick off these autoloaders. A T11 OE5 down to 1,100 hit points of damage, and all these mediums just pumping the damage into him. Due date cops another shot before picking up the kill on the American heavy tank, and now the score's 10 to 8. The Batchat and the AMX 50Bs obviously reloaded and they've brought their guns back into the game. That Batchat on 855 health, but those AMX 50Bs, they've still got a decent amount of hit points left, so it's still anyone's game at this stage. AMX 50Bs have still got a fair amount of health there. One of them is on 1300, one on 1600, one on 900, and 11.9 as the one of the Object 140s gets killed, but they do manage to get rid of the Batchat in that skirmish. 12-9 is the score now. As it looks like, I think that AMX 50B is reloading. He is. And one of the players put in the chat, there is a artillery still in the game. So they want to get rid of those two AMX 50Bs before looking for whatever artillery it might be. One of the AMX 50Bs holding back here, probably maybe because he's on the reload. And another good bit of focus fire down the one line, getting rid of the French Tier 10 heavy tank, the AMX 50B. Well, due date, cops a shot there. Cops another one. He might be in a bit of strife here. He's already used his repair kit, so he can't fix his tracks. Batchat gets a spot on the AMX 50B, and he's down to 200 health now, so he'll be cowering for life, and now it's a case of looking for where that dirty rotten artillery is. We know he's not up at the A1 line because they've already covered that part of the map, and now everyone heading over to the northeastern part. Let's hope he doesn't drown himself. Searching for that last remaining tank in the Clan Wars battle. It's always a good feeling when you're winning 14-9, I can tell you that. And they're not really sure where he is, but they're all going to the same spot, even the M53, M55. Of course, it's the big Conqueror. Looks like a Conqueror might have fired, and the AMX 50B picks up the kill, and in the end, a pretty comfortable win from Lian Li RGB and his clan Crazy on Fishermans Bay up against EMP. As we have a very quick look at the post-game battle results. Of course, Lian Li RGB didn't have the best game of his life, but he made the early sacrifice, I guess, and I thought he did some damage, but maybe the shots that he put in bounced around. But the 50B doing 4,000 hit points of damage, plenty in the 3s and 4s. A Batchat having an absolute ripper as well. Good spread of damage, which is good to see in a Clan War battle, and that's what wins the games. As we move on to another replay featuring Elite Commando from Crazy Clan. Elite Commando is in his E5, T11 OE5, very popular tank for Clan Wars and general battles. This is an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge replay without giving too much away, and of course it's an assault battle on Sand River. He's lucky enough to be top tier. Of course, you're always top tier when you're in the tier 10. What a stupid thing to say. But there's only 3 tier 10s on each side. A Kranvagn, a Batchat, and an STB1 on the enemy side. And Elite Commando in his T11 OE5 with an Object 140 and a T62A. All the rest are lower tiers. So Elite Commando's got to be thinking, got to be liking his chances in this lineup. And of course, every single one of those enemy tanks, if he's in a good hull down position, he'll be able to bounce their shells off his strong American turret. Elite Commando's got 50-50 normal and gold rounds loaded. 400 damage and 258 penetration for the standard rounds, and if that's not enough, 340 penetration for the gold rounds. Puts a 412 hit points worth of damage into the Rheinmetall Borsig Waffenträger, and he'll probably be regretting getting so far forward as he looks at the Tier 9 version, the Waffenträger Aufpanzer 4, the German tank destroyer with that glass cannon, very accurate gun, but no armour whatsoever. Puts a shot straight into the top of the turret of the Tier 9 German tank destroyer, bringing him down to a one shot to whoever wants to clean him up. 1-1 is the score. They've lost the T54, and the enemy have already lost an E75. As Elite Commando, reading the map quite well, moving a little bit further east, wants to make sure that Kranvagn doesn't get into a position where he can just carve up. And of course, a couple of medium tanks and a light tank pushing down the zero line towards the RU and the RHM. So the STI's giving Elite Commando a hand here. Shoots the turret of the Kranvagn, which is exactly the wrong place to shoot him. They're quite well angled and well armoured, but Elite Commando now looking for a shot in the back of the turret. That one penned for 408 hit points of damage. And with the score on 3-all, 4-3 now, as Borsi gets rid of the Chinese heavy tank. Puts another shot into the top of the turret. He really wants to focus fire this Kranwagen. Not sure if he's counting his shots, but the STI absolutely going for it. Wants to get rid of this tier 10 autoloader. Lose his commander in that little skirmish, probably from the Leopard PTA, as Elite Commando picks up his first kill and bringing the lead back to his side, 5-4. Still on 1,428 hit points of health, and he's looking for some more opportunities to put some pain into the enemy. There's the Leopard PTA. Unfortunately, doesn't pen that shot, but the STB-1 from the side, that won't be. It wasn't lit, so we don't know if it did damage, but I'd be very surprised if the Japanese medium tank withstood that little barrage. They are down by a tank though, 5-6. Of course, it's only a maximum 10-minute game in assault mode. Now they're down 5-7. They need to defend this flag or kill all of the enemy tanks. And Elite Commando looking to get some vision and a gun pointing towards that STB-1, and of course that Batchat. Of course they are medium tanks, but they can quite comfortably outflank him if they work together and push on him. Whether they do that or not, we'll never know. Elite Commando moving into a bit of a better position now to try and avoid getting sniped out from the middle. Looking at where the tanks are, Elite Commando's team have no vision in the middle whatsoever, so that's why that M4A1 Rev tank was able to put a snipey shot into the back of his turret, I think it might have been. 5-7's the score, 2,702 hit points of damage, plus a little bit of assisted. And now he's looking at trying to find this STB-1 and the Batchat. Of course, the Batchat could be absolutely anywhere by now, but you'd imagine somebody would have seen him if he was getting away. Pings the F7 key for a bit of help. Looks like the STI might be crawling slowly. It's a very slow tank towards him to try and give him some assistance. And he's going around this corner. There you go. Kill number 2 for Elite Commando. The STB-1 was on pretty low health. Not sure if he knew that when he did the push. And there's that Batchat. And he puts him down to 811. Bring his total damage done up to 3,187. Of course, the good gun depression on the American tank. Looks like the STI might have put another shot into the French autoloader, and that's put him down to 132 hit points. Elite Commando bounces 2 shots, and he might have even bounced 3 shots before sending the French medium tank back to the garage and bringing his damage counter up to 3,695, 1170 blocked, and of course that's going to get a little bit more as the Leopard PTA decides to do a little bit of YOLO towards the STI and Elite Commando at his TW1 OE5. The STI is still on 1,500 health though, and it looks like the STI just put a shot into the German medium tank. And with 4.5 minutes left on the clock, the score's 7-all. And the STI puts a beautiful shot into the Tier 9 German medium tank, and that's going to be about all she wrote for that bloke. He goes the ram and hands the STI a kill. Of course, you'll take the kill however you like, and the STI just scratching his head, not really sure exactly what happened there, he said to himself. That was just an absolute dick move. Looking at the mini-map, the majority of the tanks on Elite Commando's side are over the southwestern part of the map, probably looking for that Emil 1 and the WZ111 for the Tier 9 Chinese heavy tank, as well as the Tier 9 Swedish autoloader. Scorpion G probably starting to feel a little bit nervous now, knowing that he's spotted over there at E0. He might have a Tiger 2 sniping from the back for him, but it's going to take more than a Tiger 2 to defend the Scorpion G. Elite Commando loads high explosive, which will give him a little bit more damage, 515 if he can penetrate a shot. And yes, he can, 499 damage into the Tier 8 German tank destroyer, the premium tank destroyer. Rams him, takes him down a bit more, shoots another shell into him for 460 odd, I think it was, and the STI doing the job, taking out the Tier 8 premium German tank destroyer, as Elite Commandos looking at that Tiger 2 thinking, you'll beauty, there's 1,500 more potential damage, because in this hold down position Elite Commando will be able to bounce his shots all day. and with less than 3 minutes left on the clock, all they need to do is defend, and that's what one or two of the players have been saying in the chat. The Object 140 gets killed by that Rev tank, and that makes it back to even again. But Elite Commando puts a shell into the side of the Tier 8 Premium French medium tank, and looks like he's going to head towards him and try and maximise this damage. Sends Pugsley back to the garage in his RHM. And that's kill number 4. Puts another shell into the M4A1 Reveloir, I think it's pronounced. Wait for his gun to reload, hoping to get another shot on the French tank. Slightly misses. Only misses that one by inches. But that Tiger 2 continuing to try and be a sniper. Of course, he is a Tier 8 heavy tank in a Tier 10 game. So that shot really not aimed too well. He reckons he can beat the Tiger 2 on the reload. Tiger 2 shoots again. Looks like he might have the small gun. Another shot goes straight into the dirt. And if he keeps going the way he's going, Elite Commando is just going to bounce these shots all day. Takes him down to 634 hit points. WZ120 on the other side of the map gets killed. And looks like the Tiger 2's decided just to hide the rest of this game out up in those little mountains. The STI, you can see on the mini-map, doing the right thing, doing a little bit of a push down the Sand River in the middle of the mini-map and trying to give some support to the T30 and the T62A. T30, Jensen Button, the F1 driver, takes out the Emil 2, and there's only 2 tanks left. That M4A1 Rev could be absolutely anywhere, and with only a minute to go, Elite Commando decides, I might as well get rid of this Tiger 2. Actually turns to give him his rear, gets tracked in the process, but also picks up kill number 5 as the T62A on the other side of the map kills the French medium tank. A pretty comprehensive win there from Elite Commando from Crazy Clan, and have a look at those post-game battle results. It's an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge, Spotter for all that spotting damage, Bruiser, Fighter, Fire for effects, Shell Proof, Cool Headed for surviving at least 10 ricocheting and non-penetrating shots in a row, the Steel Wall, High Caliber, and he even got the Tank Sniper gun for some of those snipey shots he had in that battle. Plenty of tanks there that he did damage to and killed. And on the second page, I lost track of the amount of damage he was dealing out. 7,877 hit points of damage. That was absolutely massive. 5 kills, 1282 base experience, and that was enough for an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge. He did snipe out 2,539, but I think a lot of that was because the tanks weren't coming to him. That Tiger was certainly one of them, and that M4A1 Rev. Cost him a few coins because he did fire some premium ammunition into the dirt, but all in all, you'll take that. An Ace Tanker Mastery Badge on Sand River Assault. 2 pretty groovy games at Tier 10 from Crazy Clan. Clan Wars versus EMP on Fishermans Bay, and Elite Commando's Ace Tanker on Sand River. Thanks for the replays, lads. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, and see you all next time.